underwater. It's a very, very gloomy type of overcast day. There it is. So yeah, they're obviously building the amenities right now. You're only going to be in and out. Yep. Okay, Islanders, it's the next day here in poverty, and we still, of course, we have to remember that, oh, what is it? Okay, good. Yeah, I don't think that person's parked in the area they're not meant to be in. So we're okay. Okay, my friend, still talking at the family office, but they will be all day, the way things go. It's very slow and unbelievable. People are parking in areas they're not meant to be in. Like, seriously, they need to stop parking in areas they're not meant to be in. I'm not even going to bother looking at that, because they know the message by now. Don't park in the area that you're not meant to park in. Finally up. The roof is finally up, Islanders. And it's done. Okay, Islanders, we are here at Russell. We're here at Redland Bay. Terribly sorry for losing that train of thought. We're here at Redland Bay now. We grab one thing from the Jetty Coffee Co. before we head to the museum, because that's our port of call today, Islanders, for those that are paid, of course. Okay, so over here we have various locations. So that's a Roberta Wellington Point, right there. So that's Wellington Point right there. Now Cleveland Point is right there. And of course we've got Capella Bar right inland here. We've got Alexandra Hills located over here. And of course, everybody's favourite Victoria Point. We've got Mount Cotton right over here. Show there. And then we've got Talwarp and Redland Bay over here. And that's the Logan River. And we've got Canipa, Russell Island right here. That's where we live. We live there. Got Macleay over there. Oh, and this one here is Coochie. I used to live there for 5 years. So I'll just show you. Okay, Coochie. And then we got North Stradbroke right here. Biggest island of them all. Got Point Lookout right over here at the northeast of the area. And then of course northwest of there is a mini point. Now, Dunnett's is all the way over here. That's where the Stradbroke Ferry terminates between Cleveland and North Stradbroke. Got Peel Island over here. Got Ormiston over here. On one side. Yeah. Those are different locations. And that's Carragher Island and Lamb right there. Just in case if any of you were curious. Lovely place here, this museum. Okay, got the door of 1900 over here. And yeah. Got the Island of Asylum over here. I'll let you islanders pause and read this. Island of incarceration. So, I'll let you islanders read this. So feel free to pause several times throughout this video here to read it. That's a hand-carved walking stick right here, this thing. And here we go. Again, feel free to pause the video whenever you need to, so you can read them. That's the Mount Carmel Orchard of Redland Bay. And now, that's the fruit and vegetable display at the exhibition centre at the Yakka in 1960s. And here it is. This is a Scarewall copper-hide gun used on auction and broke down in the 1950s. I'll let you islanders read this. There it is, look at that. Wow. There's WJ Ranch, COD Bridge, Russell Island. Fuller and Mackay, Wellington Point. We've got the Cod, Ridge and Macleay Island as well. D. Fraser, Macleay Island. Yep, I'll let you islanders read the rest. Oh, and this, I think that's a Scarewall copper-hide gun. Scarecrows and parrots from the crops. Right. And this is a Cleveland Lighthouse lens, right here. And this has got the many key attractions around Cleveland. Right there. It's actually a lighthouse. The real lighthouse is all the way over at the lookout in Cleveland. So if you go up near Raby Bay, that's where the lighthouse is. And there's the pipe of the 1970s. Oh, I forgot all about this. Look, the extension to the suburban electrification from Parker to Thornside officially opened on the 15th of October 1983. It eventually also gone to Cleveland and all of that, which is good. Okay, so this year the Redland Museum celebrates its Golden Jubilee. 50 years.
Yes, that's it.
And we've got some of these old typewriters as well. Now these are the QWERTY keyboard typewriters that we're seeing here. Very old, as you can see. And you display on office equipment, display prepared for these two cabinets. There's a very old style typewriter. And there's some more as well. That's a okay, so this one's the ZXKGBV keyboard. So this one predates the QWERTY. This unit predates the QWERTY keyboards they use for typewriters. Here's another old style QWERTY keyboard. Another one over here as well. And you have the coptometer right there, and all of that too. Nice. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so these are the old computers right here that we're seeing. This is what big floppy disks looked like back then. This is what the 21st century floppy disks looked like back in the 90s and 2000s. It should be there. Here's a tiny little computer there. And another one. Well, look at these old computers that you see here. A Amstrad PPC 640. Very old. The Compact Portable 3. Old 2. And these are the older. That's an old iMac, this one. And there's the Tandy. Well, this is a Tandy computer right here. And that's a Tatung Einstein computer. Very old, as you can see. Okay, moving on. Well, Islanders, you get a chance to see what the old $1 $2 used to look like. So, the $2 note looked like that right there. That's what the $1 note looked like. That. However, those two have been replaced by the by gold coins.
And look at these
and
ones.
This was what it was before 1965. So it used to be pound and shillings, just like it is in the UK today. But now it's obviously different. We don't use shillings and pence anymore. Alright, here we go. So this is these are the coins that you see commonplace today. Is these. Now the silver coin is 50 cents right there. Now it originally was round. And then later on they actually made it a nickel alloy and become dodecahedron shaped, which is what it is now. 20 cents coin is a platypus, still used today. That's a 10-cent coin, still used today. The 5-cent coin, which is an echidna, still used today. But however, the 1-cent and 2-cent coins are discontinued. And again, these were obviously 1 and 2 cents were discontinued. And then the 5, 10, 20, $50 coins are there. And you've also got the $1 and $2 coins, still used today, obviously. And that's the previous iteration right there. And then this one is the Australian decimal coins that they've used. So 5, 10, 20, 51 and $2 right there. And these are special commemorative coins, so in future these will be worth a fortune. Very commonplace. Okay, on this side, I'll show you here, this is a slingshot section here, look at that. Like with these slingshots, you just actually have one hand on that, and then with the other one, you can just hold the sling back. That's how cool it is. Got the teddies and all that. It's got dolls as well. Puppets. Look, even some of the snakes and ladders games too. That's chess right there. Oh, and the View. Oh yeah, the Viewmaster. I used to have one of those when I was younger. I used to have it. I have no idea what that is. Maybe reverse C. Oh, dominoes. Oh yeah, I still remember that too. Oh, it is the Viewmaster. I was right. Okay. I definitely remember the Viewmaster. I had that as a kid. Look at that little toy gun right there. All sorts of things in here. I haven't had those bowling as well, bowling pins.
Oh yeah, the kids' skittles.
Look at that, even little model planes and ships too.
Oh, look at the toddler toys and tops and blocks and...
Yeah, we'll take a look at that, we'll get to that.
Get around, yeah.
So we've got some of that stuff there. More stuff inside there. Harry's house.
Yeah, Billy card.
There's a little mini house right here. Harry's house. Now, obviously a Harry's house right here. Shows you the pictures right there. It's got a nice little desk right there. And it even has the old style telephone as well. Take a look at that. I found one of the old style telephones right there.
Yeah, you have to turn the handle.
Yeah, they are the handle turning phones, just before rotary phones existed. And this is the Revue Theatre right here. And then we've got Cass Corner General Store right here, which has the encyclopedia and all of that sort of stuff too. That's interesting. See, they've still got that. And look, another old style telephone. How interesting. I've got encyclopedias here. I've got some childcraft stories there. Another Britannica. Bunnings Warehouse sales prices. That's just the beginning. I think I got another scale right there, an old style one. Well, this is an old computing scale that they used to have. When they used to, because we didn't adopt the metric system till the 70s. So this is what people used to measure before the metric system came in. They used to measure everything by the pound rather than by the kilo, like we do now. Yes, we've got some of the cool train stuff as well, train shelf. We'll get to those models in just a moment. Got some of the old style carriages and chairs. Got some nice Lego designs here as well. Now obviously this was back in 1953, so Lego, I definitely remember that. And oh yeah, got some stuff up there too. And here's the train sets right here. Very interesting to note. Yeah, that one right there looks like it came from Thomas and Friends. Now these trains right here, this were very, very, very popular thing back in the day. This is Meccano right here.
I still like Meccano.
And Meccano, I've never really experienced that. And that. And you've even got cricket bats too. So cricket's still commonplace. All the little golden books. Oh, yes.
Do they have Hawkeye in there?
Childhood. Oh, well, look at all the spinning tops they have. Now, I have had spinning tops in the past, Islanders. As a kid. Got W. Britton Lee toys, pull-along toys too. I remember the pull-along toys. Back in the day. Now, some really cool models up here too. Oh, and marbles. Marbles, you really gotta... Marbles, yeah, so... I remember a few years ago that I used to have a whole collection of marbles that I found in the house. Woodridge. Toy blocks, oh yes. I certainly remember as a kid when I actually used to put the blocks up and stack them up. Still commonplace today. The Cocoa Cub Club right here. Wow. Now that is really, really cool. Just to see that. And then got something over here, I have no idea what it is. But wow. You can see right here that they've obviously made kind of like a little rounding, a nice scenic route. This is what a typical little village looks like with a railway track. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ta-da, Islanders, I made my name. Forgot this, Islanders, the scooters. These are what scooters used to be like back then, back a long time ago. And even the rocking horses. Still remember that. So this is the old telephone booth. So these are what old telephone booths used to look like back then. They look like a red version of the TARDIS.
Sam, can I get you to go next to the phone here and put your phone to your ear to show this is the new phone and this is the old phone?
Yep.
Actually, just in the front, just here. You stand here, right there, and turn around and face me.
Yeah, hang on. Take a look at this. Queensland Fruit Roll Society here. QFS Cleveland Central. Got manager Sam Burns. That one. We've got HGE Snade over in Cleveland here, 1939. The chemist and druggist. We obviously don't use that name anymore. And the South Bloomer Redland Bay coach builder. We've got the GJ Walter Passage Street Cleveland Bakery. Redland Times, Cleveland Central. Got the butcher at Raby Bay, the Engelman brothers. And over here is some of the most notable old style telephones. Now these are the very old landlines right here. That is a rotary landline. Right there. This one's a 1930 PMG desk telephone. So I'm not sure what that one is, but that one's a rotary phone. This is a 1935 PMG desk telephone 566. It's another rotary phone. This is a PMG desk telephone series 300 from 1940. That's a rotary one as well. In 1958, they actually have the PMG desk telephone series 400, which is another rotary phone. That one's an old style one as well, 1950. And these two are rotary phones. And then we've got another old style rotary phone here. There it is. And colourful tape 802. Yeah. Now this is what Telstra actually used a long time ago. And this is an Erico phone. Right here. And this is a wall. This is a wall phone. This is a wall mounted rotary phone right there. And then this, yeah, that's an automatic wall phone type 891. The wall phone type 897 is that one right there. Yeah, it's obviously different from the, it's an update of the 891 series. It's got push buttons rather than rotary. Right there, so it obviously has push buttons rather than rotary phone. And then here we go. Got the touch phone type 10 right here. This is push button phones. This one is a push button type as well. The gondola phone, which looks like that. And then these are the very common type telephones from the 1990s. We've got touch phone right there by Telstra. This is another Telstra landline phone. And this is another one. So these three right here, these are the ones I remember. There's another rotary phone down there. That's a handheld phone right there. They were a thing back in the 2000s. Look, another one right there. A mini chat telephone by Telstra. And look at these. They've got all of these right here. There's the answering machine right there. And that's a fax machine. Yeah, it's a telephone and it's a telephone and fax machine. There's another one of them. Oh yeah, handle phones. So those are from before then. Got some old washboards and washing machines here. Now this is what an old Simpson washing machine looked like. This was before washing machines were a thing. This is a hand-operated washing machine right here. Just starting to perform some automation right there. And these are the old irons as well. They're not like the modern irons that you see today. Look at this place right here. This is the Webstead from the Arnold family. And it was placed on the Queensland Heritage Register in 1992. Look at how big the Webstead is. It's enormous, especially for its time. Now this is a ticket booth from the originally from the RSL Memorial Hall. So there you go. So that's the old lighthouse at Cleveland Point. One of only two remaining weatherboard timber lighthouses left in Australia. Like I said, you can actually see it at Raby Bay. That's where it is. That's the old timber jetty at Cleveland Point. And so yeah, that jetty's no longer there though. It has various types of timber, but I'll tell you what, my favourite section is coming up next, and you'll like it very much. Now have a look at this, Islanders. This is my favourite section of transportation right here, because the trains are here. These are one of the Queensland Railways Bayer Garrett class steam locomotives. And those must be the original QR signs.
Yes.
I know there's the Extension City Train Network and Electrification at Wellington Point to Cleveland, official opening on the 24th of October 1987.
All aboard for the Brisbane Express.
That's not the Brisbane Express. In fact, I actually know what it is.
Let's go.
Alright, so this is the Golflander. This train right here is the Golflander. So this one goes from Normanton to Croydon. So this is the this is what they know as the Golflander. And look, take a look inside the Golflander. Very iconic islanders, as you can see here. So this is what the Golflander consisted of, a very old one too. It obviously has the Golflander livery right here. It has it all right here. And the doors were like this. They had the handle on the doors. Not like today. So there's the seats right there, and along the back here, this is where the cargo sits. Right along here. So on the Golflander, you could obviously put your cargo in here. I'm very sorry that it's quite dark in here. I think I'll see if I can find a fix for that. Yeah, here we go. Okay, there we go. So that's where the cargo sits. Your luggage, it all sits in here. Right along the back today. So that's what the Golflander does. And if we look inside, well, toilet's in here, but we can't really open it because it's bolted shut. But I think there might be a window where we might be able to access it. Okay, so this is the Golflander, and oh yeah, this is what the bathroom looked like back then. It's very limited there. Yeah. So this is what the Golflander looked like back then. So this is the Golflander. Okay, Islanders, so we've got some old Redland City bulletins right here. So this is the Bayside Bulletin for 2001, 2003, all the way to 2004. And this is the Bayside Bulletin 1980s all the way to 1993. And then the Bayside Bulletin from 2004 all the way to 2007. And going all the way to 2014. How interesting, Islanders. Quite stunning. And then we got we've got some other. And it's really cool to see how they got the newspapers from around then. How cool. Just to see that. You know what, Islanders? I think you really should visit this museum here. Now, believe me, I know that I've covered this before in an earlier Island Life episode at Macleay Island, but this is the Vespa scooter that was founded in Genoa in 1884. And the company changed hands in 1990, and well, they still sell them today, but unfortunately the scooter market is in decline at the moment. I don't really sell these anymore. This right here is an old 1965 Morris Mini Deluxe. And luckily Alan Hawkins from Thornlands, he drove it from 1965 up until 2001. And then it car'd and gathered dust in the farm shed for 10 years after that. And then it was handed over here in 2011. Alright, so this is the Morris Minor 1951 right here. Very old, as you can see. So they've obviously done pretty well, keeping it in good condition up until that point. There, I'll just show you the RACQ sign right there. That's pretty good. I'll show you the other car that's right next to the Morris Minor. This right here is the 1955 FJ Holden Utility. So this is one of the Holden Utes in 1955. It's got the Holden signage there, the round lights. A lot of lights were actually round until the 80s. and they ditched them. I think Ferrari actually was the one. I think the 512 BB 1976 model, I think, was the first one that was introduced like square lights. There's Holden right there. Fortunately, Holden doesn't exist anymore. They General Motors pulled the plug on them. And then we go Ampol. Pretty ironic seeing the old one there because Ampol just recently reopened. There's Castrol, still exists today. BP, they still exist today. Castrol still exists today. Ampol up there as well. Of course, Ampol just reopened last year. And rebranded a lot of the Caltex stations into Ampol. Shell, they still exist today. And yeah, and Mobil, they exist too. Okay, this one right here, this is really cool to see this because this right here is a Model T Ford. It was a 1924 Model T Ford, this one. So it's very old, very, very old. And look, there's the Ford logo from back then. And you can even see the inside of the car too. Look at that. This is what people used back in the 1920s. So 100 years ago, this was what people used. This is what people had driven 100 years ago. If they had the money. They obviously had driven these cars. Not quite so this time though. A lot of people obviously have adapted to the modern era. There's another tractor right here, a big one. We've got lots of farming equipment along here. This is a 1933, it's a 1900 portable steam engine, and it's enormous. And it's got tractors and plows and all of that. So yeah, so if you really want to see the whole entire thing, then come by down to Redlands Museum to see it all, because I'm not going to be uncovering it all in here for you. You have to see it for yourselves. Well, all in all, Islanders, if you really want to see this, come by to Redlands Museum. If you really want to see all of this.
There's a spook night tour.
There's a spook night tour.
Next Friday and Saturday.
Next Friday and Saturday around this time, so around the end of around late October, they have like those spooky special events. Around late October, towards the end. Come by Redlands Museum. And that's Redland Museum. So, I highly recommend that you Islanders check it out when you get the chance. Or if you're just cruising through the area, make sure you come by and see it. And look at that shingle roof, sickle mower, the lighthouse, the legendary Cleveland Lighthouse, railway line right here. So yeah, come by the Redland Museum, you'll love it. And you will not regret it, Islanders, ever. Because it's an awesome museum to see. Okay, Islanders, we're going to head back to the ferry terminal now. Okay, good. And yeah, so as we head down to the ferry terminal, we'll play some music. Islanders. We are here at Russell Island now. And just like always, the fastest one leads, everyone. People rush like as if their life depended on it. Rising up the wall when they do that. Really does. But oh well. Hello. Someone's trying to move there's the council trying to move the car. Okay. Gotta be the fast one out. The first one to disembark and the fast one. You know when I disembark, you know I'm the fastest one out there. I'm the fastest person to disembark the ferry. Everybody knows that. Hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, if you do want to see all of the museum, then you have to go see it for yourselves. But I got some good parts. Curlew, I know you're there. So yeah, so sorry Curlew, I know you're there. Thanks for watching this episode of Island Life Living in Poverty. Leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, paying Islanders. Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Island Life YouTube channel.